Hey guys, and this video is the reason I haven't been uploading for like the past week or so. I don't know when this video is coming out, but yeah, this is my review of Lego Network Productions' Ninjago Legacy series that he just finished up recently. There's 7 episodes, and this video might be a bit quite long. But yeah, I'm gonna do like an analysis on all 7 episodes, and kind of give my honest review. Like, we are online friends, I guess. Yeah, we are friends from Snops. But I'm still gonna give my honest opinion on this. So yeah, no, I'm not gonna be like biased or anything. Like, I may not go as hard as maybe I would with someone I don't really know if I were to review another series. But yeah, he was okay me doing this. I did ask him. I wasn't gonna do this without his permission. He might not have wanted me to, and I wouldn't have made this. But yeah, so yeah, no bias here really. Though I probably wouldn't not gonna go as hard as I normally would with another review. So yeah, let's just get on and take a look at episode 1. The series starts off with us meeting our main protagonist for a bit, Lyle, who is later revealed to be Lloyd's brother. Now, I have no idea if he's appeared in the series before. I've only watched up to season 10. Then it goes to Lloyd, and the series just has a really interesting concept for Lyle bringing back the Overlord, and by 4, kind of similar to Devil Departed in a way.
See for yourself. The realm crystal has been stolen from Board Towers.
I'm sorry, can I just kind of take a moment to look at this shot? Like, yeah, it's cool how it kind of, like, you can see it's kind of like a computer screen, basically. But it's kind of weird how it just says on the screen the realm crystal has been stolen from Borg Towers. I don't think it would normally say that, but just a little complaint, kind of. But it's fine. It's fine, really. It's just kind of weird how it says that.
Finish contacting the ninja. Hopefully they'll come. Harumi, I know they will. I know.
After Lloyd calls the ninja to come to the monastery, we find Lyle going to the departed realm to find the Overlord. And I do like this scene. I like the never trust the snake line that the Overlord says. And Pineapple's just like a funny character. And I really like the never trust the snake line that he says. I think I said that before, but oh well. And I really like the joke at the end, which I'll let you hear now.
Fine. Did they just leave freely? Sadly, yes.
Now that the rest of the ninja are back at the monastery, they find out that this realm crystal has been stolen from Borg Towers, and they decide to go and decide to go to Borg Towers to find out what happened and who stole it. The ninja arrive at Borg Towers and they speak to the security guard guy who wants to know why they're here, and they say that they were wondering who stole the realm crystal. Then they explain that it's Lyle Garmadon, which reveals that Lloyd does indeed have a brother. Then Lyle, Pythor, and the Overlord crash the party.
Ninja?
Then the Overlord steals the golden weapons from the ninja and regains his true form, basically. Sorry, I'm just chopping down on my movie snacks because wow, like, honestly, especially for, I'm not joking here. It might sound like I'm joking. That joke was stupid, but I really like this episode. Yeah, I do like this episode, and I think I give it an 8 out of 10 because I think it's a great introduction to the series. Now let's move on to episode 2. Episode 2 begins with a recap of episode 1, and I must say, this is done very nicely, honestly. Of course, like actual Ninjago, where they do recaps of the previous episode, or at least they do like the whole series now, but yeah, I just think it's done very nicely. And then we get to actually see the intro for the series, which I'll show you now. Now, I really like this intro. It's kind of similar to the older Ninjago intros, but very different at the same time. And of course, doesn't use any version of the Weekend Whip, which would have been nice, but it's not a big deal. Um, so yeah, I just think this is a nice intro. And I know he changes it later on in the series, but I like it.
No, you fool. We must build my army. Yes, my lord.
Coward!
Get us out of here.
Yeah, the episode opens with the Overlord Python and Lyle escaping to build their army. Which, it would have been nice to have a fight, but this episode is filled with action, so it's fine. Then the ninja go back to the monastery and are planning what they're going to do next. But meanwhile, they're planning. But meanwhile, the Overlord and the other and Python Lyle are reawakening the Stone Army.
Alright, here we are, my lord. Good. Now it is time to release the Stone Army. Now what? I shall awaken them. Now then, let's do it. Stone Army, rise! What is that? It's the ninja.
And then the ninja arrive right after the Overlord awakens the Stone Army, and then they engage in epic duel.
Fine. No, we let them get away.
Yes, you did, Cole. You let them get away. Sorry about that. But anyway, then after they escape, we go back to Lloyd at the monastery, and he says stuff.
Ninja! Yes, Sane? As I was searching, I found that there was another break-in at Borg Tower. I believe it is them. We have to go. Pix, Remy, watch over the monastery and let Nia and Skylar know where we're heading. Cole, Jay, Kai, and Zane, come with me. We have to stop them.
Ben and Ninja go to Borg Towers to find the Overlord Loud and Pythor, and then the Overlord gets Cybersporg to make some more Ninjoids. And I really like how Lego Network Productions made Borg, because they haven't made an actual one, but I think it looks really good. Then they engage in another epic duel.
So nice to see Stone Army attack. Alright. No! No! He's gone. They have Lloyd and Borg. Oh no. Now they're gone! We have to inform the others to go to the monastery now.
Hey,
Let's go.
I'd like to take you all back to this bit. Look how cool that was. That was so cool. But yeah, as you can see, they have to escape because, they're about to get beaten. But then Lloyd ends up coming with them. And then that's the end of the episode. And what an episode it was. This was a massive step up from the previous episode. I gave the previous episode an 8 out of 10, I believe. But this one gets a 10 out of 10. There's just so much action in it. And it's just the best episode, I think, probably. Like I said before, this episode gets a 10 out of 10. Great episode. Now let's move on to episode 3. Episode 3 begins with Lara transporting Lloyd, Borg, the Overlord, and Pythor back over to their base, where Lloyd is then taken to a cell behind them, and then the Overlord makes Borg create some new Ninjoids.
Billy, we will see about that. Lyle, put him in a cell. Yes, my lord. Lyle, why are you doing this? Unlike you, I will live up to our father's legacy. He wouldn't want you to do this, Lyle. Shut it.
Back at the monastery, the ninja plan what to do next, as always, and it's really nice, honestly, because Carl becomes the leader for a bit, and it's quite nostalgic back to 2011, 2012 when he was the leader of the ninja. But then they split up into two teams, and as half the ninja go to the city and the other half go to the mountains of Ninjago. And I do like this scene just for the main reason that Cole becomes the leader again.
I will be our leader till we find Lloyd again.
And next we have literally the most epic suit up scene across anything.
Ninja, suit up. Ninja, go.
Oh yeah. Then we return to the villain's secret base where Borg has already started making some ninjoids. Then Lyle and the Overlord reveal their plan that Lyle will go and get the Oni from the departed realm, and Pi-4 and the Overlord will go and find any Serpentine that are going to join them. Then we return to Ninjago Sea where Kai, Skylar, Jay and Nia have gone to the museum to see if they went to Chronix and Crux's secret base, and it was just a really nice scene, kind of going back to 2017 before the Ninjago movie, when they had their original designs, which they should switch back to, by the way. And it's just a really nice scene, really, it's nostalgia, really. And then on the outskirts of Ninjago, we have a Rumi, Pixel, Cole and Zane looking for the villains as well, and hopefully trying to find Lloyd. After the Overlord and Pi-4 leave to find any Serpentine that will join them, Lloyd asks Borg to fix his communicator to contact the ninja, and then Borg gets straight away to doing it. He comes back immediately. But can I just... Let me just show you something.
Thank you. Ninja.
Look, he's not walking, he's sliding across the floor. That's something that happens a lot in this series, and I really don't like it, and in the future I think he should add a walking animation, basically. After Borg returns with the communicator, Lloyd contacts the ninja and tells them about the villain's plan. And now that's basically the end of the episode there. Now this episode isn't as good as episode 2, it's about level with episode 1, but it's still enjoyable. This whole series is enjoyable, but I just wish there was more action, because it's more just standing around and talking than actual action. Like I said before, this episode isn't as good as episode 2, but it's, I think, a bit better than episode 1. So I'm going to give this episode an 8.5 out of 10. It's just kind of got a lot of setup in it, really, and I think that's what he had planned for this episode. I think he mentions it at the end, but I kind of cut that part out. Thank you guys so much for watching the first part of this review. This took a really long time to make, and I'm so glad that you've watched it this far. Part 2 should be out sometime next week. And so yeah, like and subscribe if you want, and thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you next video stream. Bye.